Fear is the voice that tries to hold you back, whispering doubts and planning hesitation. But faith in yourself, your purpose, and the journey ahead is the force that shatters those chains. When you choose faith over fear, you unlock courage beyond measure, resilience beyond circumstance. Today, commit to stepping forward despite the unknown. Let your faith be louder than your fear. This is your moment to rise, to lead, and to live boldly. Faith over fear. Embrace it and watch your life transform. Fear. It is a feeling so primal, so deeply woven into the fabric of our human experience that it can grip even the strongest among us. From the moment we are born, fear whispers warnings, warning us of danger, urging caution, protecting us from harm. It is a survival mechanism designed to keep us safe. But fear, while essential, often overstays its welcome. It morphs from a helpful guide into a relentless jailer, confining your dreams, silencing your voice, and clouding your vision. You know this feeling well. Maybe it's the tightness in your chest before a big decision, the hesitation when facing an uncertain future, or the lingering doubts that creep in when you're about to step outside your comfort zone. Fear feels real, immediate, and overwhelming. It can freeze your progress, making every step forward seem like a monumental challenge. It isolates you in your struggle, whispering that you are alone, that you are not enough. But beneath the weight of fear lies another force, faith. Faith is quieter at first, a gentle pulse beneath the noise. It is the deep, unwavering belief in something greater, belief in yourself, in your purpose, in the journey ahead. Faith is the compass that guides you through uncertainty, the light that cuts through the darkness of doubt. It is the quiet strength that fuels perseverance when fear wants to stop you in your tracks. The central theme of this journey is choosing faith over fear. It's a decision that transcends circumstance and taps into timeless values, courage, trust, resilience, and purpose. Choosing faith is not about denying fear, but acknowledging it and refusing to let it dictate your life. It is an act of courage, a daily recommitment to believe in your potential and your mission, no matter how daunting the path. Perseverance walks hand in hand with faith. When you hold on to faith, perseverance becomes more than just grit. It becomes a sacred discipline. It means showing up, putting one foot in front of the other, even when the road is steep and the outcome uncertain. This steadfastness is honored across cultures and traditions because it reflects the human spirit's capacity to endure and to thrive. Purpose is the fire that sustains your faith. When your energy is directed by a clear and compelling purpose, faith becomes unstoppable. Purpose transforms challenges into opportunities, setbacks into lessons, and fear into fuel. It gives meaning to struggle and shapes the vision that keeps you moving forward. Eric Thomas embodies this truth. His story, marked by early hardship and relentless determination, teaches us that faith can shatter the strongest chains of fear. His voice, filled with passion and conviction, inspires millions to rise above their doubts and claim their power. Eric's journey shows that faith is not a passive feeling, but an active force that demands action, discipline, and unwavering commitment. Your story reflects this dynamic. You have faced moments when fear threatened to control your narrative, when self-doubt whispered that you couldn't, shouldn't, or wouldn't succeed. You have wrestled with uncertainty, battled internal resistance, and felt the isolation that fear breeds. Yet, you also know the flicker of faith that kept you going, the belief that something better awaited if you just held on. Understanding faith as a choice is transformative. It invites you to see fear not as a barrier, but as a signal, an invitation to lean in, to trust, and to act despite uncertainty. This mindset requires courage, discipline, and self-compassion. It calls for embracing vulnerability and accepting that faith often means stepping into the unknown without guarantees. Balancing faith and fear is a delicate dance. Fear alerts you to risk and challenges. Faith empowers you to meet them. This balance is not about eliminating fear, but about mastering it, allowing faith to lead your steps, even when fear is present. Cultivating this balance demands daily practice through reflection, intentional habits, and supportive relationships. Culturally, the value of faith over fear is deeply embedded in stories, traditions, and collective wisdom. From ancient parables to modern testimonies, faith is portrayed as the catalyst for miracles, transformation, and freedom. These narratives remind us that faith is accessible to all and that it carries the power to change lives. Your mission, then, is to embrace faith as your guiding principle, to trust in your resilience, in your vision, and in the process of growth. This journey requires self-awareness, intentional action, and authentic leadership. It calls you to step forward, even when the path is unclear, to speak your truth, even when your voice shakes, and to live boldly despite fear. As you embark on this path, remember that faith is not a destination, but a daily choice, a commitment to believe in what cannot yet be seen. It is the foundation upon which you build your dreams, the energy that propels your actions, and the shield that guards your spirit. This is your invitation to choose faith over fear, to rise with courage and conviction, and to lead with a heart anchored in belief. Your greatest breakthroughs await on the other side of fear. It is time to step through. Your journey begins now. The journey to choose faith over fear is not a smooth, linear path. It is a battlefield filled with profound internal struggles and external challenges that test your resolve, character, and commitment. This conflict between the call to trust your vision and the gripping shadows of fear is complex, nuanced, and deeply personal. It unfolds across multiple dimensions. The silent war within your mind, the resistance from society and culture, the sting of failure, the demands of discipline, and the quiet moments where true growth is forged. At the heart of this conflict is the inner battle that rages every day. Fear, that ancient and powerful emotion, speaks in many voices. Sometimes it whispers quietly, planting seeds of doubt in your mind. What if you fail? Are you really ready for this? Maybe you're not enough. Other times it shouts loudly, urging retreat and retreat only, trying to convince you that comfort is safer than risk, that the familiar is better than the unknown. These fears are not signs of weakness, but natural reactions to uncertainty and vulnerability. The internal dialogue can be relentless and exhausting. You wrestle with conflicting thoughts, the desire to leap forward towards your dreams, and the instinct to hold back, to protect yourself from pain or embarrassment. You experience moments of courage followed by waves of hesitation. Each day becomes a test of your mental fortitude and emotional resilience. You ask yourself, do I have what it takes? Is the risk worth it? Can I bear the consequences if I fall? These questions can feel like heavy weights pressing down on your spirit. The silence in which they arise is often the most difficult to bear. Alone with your thoughts, you confront not only external obstacles, but your own fears, insecurities, and past wounds. This solitude can feel isolating, amplifying the intensity of doubt. Yet, it is also in this silence that clarity can be found. A quiet, steady voice that offers hope and strength if you learn to listen. Beyond your internal struggles, the world around you adds its own pressures. Society often values conformity over courage, safety over risk, and comfort over growth. The expectations placed upon you by family, community, culture can feel like invisible chains binding your spirit. You may face skepticism or outright resistance from those who fear change or do not understand your vision. Their doubts, though sometimes well-intentioned, can deepen your own. Cultural norms sometimes clash with your dreams. Traditions and collective values emphasize the stability, predictability, and adherence to established paths. Straying from these can invite criticism, alienation, or loss of support. You may feel torn between honoring your roots and pursuing a future that feels authentic to you, but unfamiliar or unsettling to others. This tension creates a painful divide where loyalty to self and community pull in opposite directions. Failure and setbacks become harsh realities in this journey. Every misstep, rejection, or disappointment leaves its mark on your confidence and hope. Failure is not just a momentary defeat, but a profound emotional experience that can shake your faith in yourself and your vision. The fear of failure grows with each setback, threatening to derail your progress and make the safety of the familiar seem irresistibly attractive. In a world obsessed with instant success and polished appearances, failure is often stigmatized and hidden. You may feel isolated in your struggles, ashamed to reveal your vulnerabilities. This concealment adds to the burden, making failure a silent enemy that saps your energy and motivation. Yet, failure is also a powerful teacher if you can learn to face it with courage and curiosity. Discipline is the bridge between faith and fear, a demanding, unglamorous, but essential companion on your path. It requires you to show up day after day, to do the hard work even when motivation falters, and to resist the siren call of distractions and comfort. Discipline asks for sacrifice early mornings, late nights, and moments when you must choose persistence over ease. This daily grind is often lonely. The world celebrates visible achievements, but few witness the countless quiet hours of preparation, self-reflection, and incremental progress. The silence of discipline can feel like a void where doubt thrives. Maintaining focus and consistency requires mental toughness, emotional regulation, and a deep well of purpose. Moral choices punctuate your conflict. Will you choose excuses or accountability? Will you prioritize momentary pleasure or long-term fulfillment? Will you allow fear to dictate your story? Or will you embrace courage and integrity? These decisions reveal your values and define your trajectory. Leading with faith over fear demands not only physical effort, but ethical clarity and emotional strength. Self-belief is both the prize and the battlefield of this conflict. Doubt attacks it relentlessly, questioning your worth and capability. But belief in yourself, nurtured through reflection, experience, and support, becomes a fortress. It fuels persistence, inspires creativity, and emboldens you to take risks. Rebuilding and sustaining self-belief is a daily act of courage and self-compassion. Connection with others plays a critical role. Sharing your fears and hopes with trusted mentors, friends, or communities provides perspective and encouragement. These relationships remind you that struggle is universal and resilience is cultivated through shared experience. Support networks offer accountability and inspiration, helping you stay aligned with your vision. Systemic barriers and societal injustices can add layers of difficulty, especially for those marginalized by race, gender, class, or other factors. These obstacles demand extraordinary resilience and courage to overcome. Yet many who face such challenges become powerful advocates and leaders, transforming their personal battles into platforms for change and empowerment. Through every trial, growth is inevitable. Challenges become lessons, failures offer feedback, and persistence turns into strength. The conflict that once threatened to break you becomes the furnace that tempers your spirit and clarifies your vision. This transformation is the essence of choosing faith over fear, turning struggle into power. This ongoing conflict shapes you into a leader, authentic, resilient, and visionary. It teaches you that limits are temporary and that the human spirit can transcend even the darkest moments. Those storms will continue. Your capacity to endure, adapt, and thrive grows with every challenge faced. Choosing faith over fear, discipline over distraction, and vision over doubt is a lifelong commitment. It requires continuous self-awareness, honest evaluation, and humility to learn and evolve. But the reward is a life lived with purpose, authenticity, and unstoppable momentum. Your conflict is the pulse of your story, a testament to courage, resilience, and relentless pursuit. And so, with unwavering spirit, you move forward, undaunted, unshaken, and ready to rise anew with each dawn. The turning point in your journey is rarely as loud and obvious as you imagine. It doesn't come wrapped in fireworks or dramatic triumph. Instead, it arrives softly, almost invisibly, often in the stillness of a restless night or a quiet moment of reflection when the world's noise falls away. You find yourself alone with your thoughts, stripped bare of distraction, forced to confront the core of who you are and what you truly believe. This moment is the culmination of every struggle you've endured, the countless times you pushed through exhaustion, faced doubt, and stood your ground despite uncertainty. It is the sum of silent battles fought behind closed doors, the relentless unseen effort that refused to give in. Here in this intimate space, your silent resilience, often overlooked and underestimated, begins to crystallize into unmistakable power. The core realization dawns slowly but with profound impact. The strength you have been searching for outwardly has always lived within. It is not the fickle surge of motivation that fades with changing circumstances, but a deep, steady wellspring forged through hardship and perseverance. This inner strength is not merely survival. It is transformation. It is the power to rise not just once, but repeatedly with increasing clarity and purpose. You understand that fear and doubt are natural companions on this journey, not signals to stop, but challenges to face. The questions that once haunted you, am I enough? Who will I fail? Begin to lose their grip as a new voice emerges louder and clearer. I will endure. I will overcome. I will rise. This shift changes your entire mindset. Where once you saw limits, you now see possibilities. Where you felt overwhelmed, you discover resilience. Where you sensed uncertainty, you gain clarity. The mindset evolves from, can I do this? To, I will do this no matter what. You start to view setbacks not as dead ends, but as necessary detours, opportunities to learn, recalibrate, and come back stronger. Failure is reframed as feedback, a guidepost pointing you toward growth rather than a verdict of defeat. This perspective fuels your courage and rekindles your commitment to the vision you hold. With this awakening comes a renewed sense of focus and discipline. Your energy, once scattered and inconsistent, aligns with your purpose. You build habits that support your vision, Early mornings, intentional planning, consistent effort, not as burdens, but as expressions of your commitment. Each day becomes a deliberate step forward, propelled by clarity and faith. You also embrace self-compassion, recognizing that growth involves mistakes and imperfections. You release the harsh judgment that once weighed you down. Vulnerability becomes a source of strength, opening you to deeper connections and authentic leadership. You no longer hide your struggles, but share them, inspiring others with the reality of your journey. This breakthrough ignites a sustainable flame of motivation, steady, powerful, and rooted in purpose. You accept that the road ahead will still have challenges, but you face them with confidence, not because you are fearless, but because your resilience is greater. The storms no longer intimidate you, they shape you. This moment redefines your identity. You become a warrior awakened, not just surviving, but thriving, not just enduring, but leading with vision and grit. Your story transforms from one of silent endurance to unstoppable power. The doubts and fears that once threatened to consume, you are now the fuel that drives you. This breakthrough is not the conclusion, but the beginning of a new chapter, a dawn of strength, clarity, and purposeful action. You step forward with conviction, ready to turn obstacles into opportunities and fears into fuel. Your rise becomes an ongoing testament to the power of silent resilience made visible. As you move beyond this turning point, you embody a profound truth. Greatness is not defined by the absence of struggle, but by the courage to rise through it. This is your moment, your awakening, your transformation. You're called to lead with unyielding faith and unstoppable power. The journey ahead remains challenging, but you are prepared. Your silent resilience has blossomed into an unbreakable force. Nothing can stop you now. As the storm of struggle finally subsides, a deep and profound peace begins to fill the spaces once occupied by doubt and fear. This peace is not fragile or fleeting. It is rooted in the hard-earned wisdom of endurance, the clarity born from struggle, and the quiet confidence that comes from standing firm amid life's fiercest challenges. It is the kind of peace that does not depend on external circumstances, but arises from within, a steady calm that anchors your soul and steadies your mind. Looking back over your journey, you realize that true greatness is not measured by the absence of obstacles, but by the way you have faced them. Every hardship you endured, every failure you transformed into a lesson, and every moment of self-doubt you overcame has woven a tapestry of resilience and growth. This clarity reveals a timeless truth. Excellence and fulfillment are not destinations, but ongoing journeys, a daily commitment to courage, authenticity, and purpose. Your sense of worth has been reclaimed from the fleeting opinions of others and from the illusion of perfection. It now rests firmly on the respect you have cultivated for yourself, the respect earned through consistent effort, integrity, and living in alignment with your deepest values. This self-respect is a foundation that no storm can shake. It resonates deeply with universal cultural values, dignity, honor, perseverance, and humility that have guided countless generations. Authenticity emerges as the cornerstone of your new identity. You embrace all facets of yourself, the strengths and vulnerabilities, the triumphs and scars, with compassion and honesty. This acceptance liberates you from the burden of shame and fear, allowing you to lead with genuine courage and openness. Your story becomes a beacon of hope and inspiration, reminding others that strength lies not in perfection, but in the bravery to be real. The lessons you carry forward go beyond your personal experience. They echo universal human truths about growth, resilience, and the transformative power of faith and action. Your journey exemplifies values that resonate across cultures: courage in adversity, commitment to personal integrity, and the pursuit of a life of meaning. Through your example, you become part of a collective narrative, a legacy of strength and authenticity that uplifts and empowers others. Redemption weaves through your story, not as a single act, but as an ongoing process of healing, learning, and renewal. You come to understand that redemption is not about erasing your past or ignoring your pain, but about embracing it fully and choosing to move forward with grace. This mindset frees you from the weight of regret and self-judgment, opening your heart to continuous growth and transformation. Tonight, as you prepare to rest, carry this peace and clarity with you. The road ahead will still present challenges, but you face it with a calm confidence born of experience and inner strength. Doubt no longer dictates your path. Instead, your vision and resilience illuminate your way. You have become a leader, not because the journey was easy, but because you chose to stand firm and rise again and again. Your mission is no longer an abstract dream, but a living reality shaping every decision, every action, and every breath. This mission grounds you, infusing your days with purpose and fulfillment. In this commitment, you find freedom, the freedom to live boldly, to lead authentically, and to embrace whatever comes with grace and courage. Your life stands as a testament to the power of relentless effort, clear vision, and unshakable resilience. Your story is one of dignity, authenticity, and transformation, a legacy built not on flawless success, but on the courage to persist and the wisdom to grow. As the world turns, your journey continues, quietly powerful, deeply inspiring, and ever evolving. And as you face tomorrow, remember each new day offers a fresh chance to deepen your resilience, expand your vision, and uplift those around you through the strength of your example. This peace you hold is your greatest victory, not the absence of struggle, but the unbreakable strength born from standing firm, learning, and rising. It is a gift you carry forward, lighting the way for yourself and for all who follow. Every journey is unique, yet we all face moments when fear threatens to silence our dreams and doubt clouds our vision. If this message has resonated with you, if you've wrestled with fear but chosen faith, if you felt the weight of struggle but refused to surrender, take a moment now for personal reflection. What is the one word that fuels your strength and keeps you moving forward? Is it discipline, courage, resilience, or perhaps focus? I invite you to share that word in the comments below. Your single word has the power to inspire someone who may be fighting their own battle in silence. Sometimes all it takes is one word, one idea, one spark to ignite a flame of hope and determination in another soul. And in turn, their word might become the light that guides you through your next challenge. Together, we create a community rooted in authenticity, grit, and mutual encouragement. A circle of warriors committed to growth and purpose. Your voice matters. Your journey matters. By sharing your word, you contribute to a collective strength far greater than any one of us alone. Let's continue to push past limits, rise above fear, and lead with unwavering faith, one powerful step at a time. Your story is a vital thread in this tapestry of courage and transformation. So, what's your word? Share it below, and let's rise together.